Us magazine. It's no wonder that I wasn't all you other thing that I wanna be. Everybody loved you and they treat you like you stepped out of a TV show. But if they really got the chance to meet you, they finally see how hard you blow. I hate you, cause I see through what a fake you are. You disgust me, that's why you must be hated. Like the winner of a beauty pageant, you are the one I most admire. But as a loser I can only imagine you're wearing that crown but your head's on fire. You're the real American Idol. You're the poor man's Mandy Moore.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. My name is Winston Falza, the PETICS leader of Group 1. Last time we discussed our findings in this course, organizational behavior as a whole. Now, our topic is merely focused on the individual behaviors and processes in organizations itself. Let's start. So after studying this chapter, we should be able to first identify and describe different approaches to job design and relate each to motivation. Second, discuss employee participation, empowerment, and flexible work arrangements and identify how they can impact motivation. Third, describe the goal-setting theory of motivation and discuss broader perspective on goal setting. Fourth, discuss performance management and its role in motivation. Fifth and lastly, describe how organizations use various kinds of rewards to motivate their employees. Using theories of motivation in organizational contexts involves recognizing that no single theory provides a complete explanation for motivation. Instead, each theory highlights specific factors influencing the behaviors. Employing multiple theories or methods offers flexibility in enhancing organizational performance, acknowledging the diverse nature of individual motivations. The key lies in translating these theories into practical operational terms, ensuring they guide tangible strategies and interventions in the workplace. This approach creates a dynamic and adaptive environment, catering to the varied motivational needs of the workforce, ultimately fostering improved performance and satisfaction. We can see on the table that the managers can use a variety of methods to enhance performance in organizations. The need and process-based perspective on motivation explains some of the factors involved in increasing the potential for motivated behavior directed at enhanced performance. Managers can then use such means as goal setting, job design, flexible work arrangements, performance management, rewards, and organizational behavior motivation to help translate this potential into actual enhanced performance.
Now we're going to tackle job design in organizations. What is job design? It is how organizations define and structure jobs. According to Frederick Taylor, the father of scientific management, jobs should be scientifically studied, breaking jobs down into small component tasks and standardizing them from across all workers doing those jobs. He called it as job specialization. Adam Smith famously said in The Wealth of Nations that the division of labor is limited by the extent of the market. Efficiency-focused jobs can be boring and repetitive, resulting in job dissatisfaction. These are the basic alternatives to job specialization. First is job rotation, giving workers one job to another. Second is job enlargement or horizontal job loading. It's about giving workers more jobs. And last is job enrichment or vertical job loading. This one is about giving workers more jobs and more control how to perform it. The Job Characteristics Theory by Oldham and Hackman. Under critical psychological states of workers to improve outcomes are the following: experience meaningfulness of the work, experience responsibility for work outcomes, and knowledge of results. Motivational properties of tasks to improve outcomes are the following: skill variety, task identity, task significance, autonomy, and feedback. In this model, it shows the job characteristics theory, core job dimensions, critical psychological states, and personal and work outcomes are all under the strength of employees' growth needs.
And now we're going to talk about employee participation and involvement. It consists of 4 subtopics, which are enhanced motivation through participation and empowerment, areas of employee participation, techniques and issues in employee involvement, and lastly, the management tools, practical approaches to empowerment. Under the enhanced motivation through participation and empowerment is the participation. It talks about giving employees a voice in making decisions about their own work. And another is the empowerment. It is enabling workers to set their own work goals, make decisions, and solve problems within their sphere of responsibility and authority. Moving forward to areas of employee participation, it talks about personal job-related decisions, administrative matters, and lastly, product quality decisions. Another subtopic is the techniques and issues in employee involvement. It talks about empowerment through work teams and decentralization of decision-making and increased delegation. And lastly, the management tools, practical approaches to empowerment. It is all about articulating a clear vision and goal, fostering personal mastery experiences, modeling successful behaviors, send positive messages, arousing positive emotions, giving effective feedback, and display competency, honesty, and fairness.
Flexible work arrangements. Variable work schedules can enhance employees' motivation and performance. Compressed work schedule. Employees work a full 40-hour week in fewer than traditional 5 days. They might work for 10-hour days instead of 5 8-hour days. This can offer employees more flexibility in managing their time and potentially reduce commuting costs and time. Job sharing. 2 or more part-time employees share one full-time job. This arrangement allows for better work-life balance and can accommodate employees who may not be able to work full-time hours. Extended work schedule. Work schedule that requires relatively long period of work followed by relatively long period of paid time off. It can offer employees more extended breaks to rest and rejuvenate, potentially leading to increased productivity when they return to work. Flexible work arrangements. Flexible work schedule. Employees more personal control over the hour they work each day, allowing them to adjust their schedule to better suit their personal needs and preference. This can improve work-life balance and increase overall job satisfaction. Alternative workplace. It offers benefit to organization including reduced absenteeism and turnover, as well as savings on facility expenses. Telecommuting. Work arrangement in which employees spend part of their time working off-site. Telecommuting's benefits to organizations. Reduce absenteeism and turnover. Reduction in indirect expenses for facilities. Telecommuting's downside and consideration. Employees miss the workplace social interaction. Employees lack self-control or discipline. Difficulties arise in condition in facing meetings. Despite its benefit, telecommuting can present challenges such as reduced workplace social interaction, potential lack of self-discipline among employees, and difficulties in coordinating in-person meetings. Flexible work schedules. Flexible work schedules are important new work arrangement used in some organizations today. All employees must be at work during core time. In the hypothetical example shown here, core time is from 9 to 11 a.m. and 1 to 3 p.m. the other time. Then, is flexible employees can come and go as they please during this time, as long as the total time spent at work meets organizational expectation. Employees have the freedom to schedule their work hours outside of core time, allowing them to come and go as they needed, as long as they fulfill the organization's total work hour requirement.
Now, let's talk about goal setting and motivation. The definition of goal is a meaningful objective. The purposes of setting goals in organizations is to provide a useful framework for managing motivation, to enhance employee performance, and to serve management as a control device for monitoring how well the organization is performing. Social learning theory, on the other hand, talks about the feelings of pride or shame about performance are largely related to how well people achieve their goals. Goal setting theory proposed by Locke and Latham assumes that behavior is a result of conscious goals and intentions. Therefore, goals influence behavior or performance. Businesses can achieve greater success by applying specific and measurable goals for their employees. By creating clear-cut goals, the theory is that employees have a better sense of direction and become more productive. Next topic is the two goal characteristics: the goal difficulty and goal specificity. Goal difficulty is the extent to which a goal is challenging and requires effort. Meanwhile, goal specificity is the clarity and precision of a goal. Researcher Edwin Locke found that goal-directed effort is a function of goal attributes. He proposed 4 basic principles of the expanded goal-setting theory, namely goal difficulty, goal specificity, goal acceptance, and goal commitment. First, goal difficulty is the extent to which a goal is challenging and requires effort. Harder goals require more knowledge, skill, ability, and effort than easier goals. Second, goal specificity refers to the clarity and precision of a goal. Goals need to be specific enough to answer the who, what, when, where, why, and how of any expectations of the goal. Third, goal acceptance refers to the extent to which a person accepts a goal as his or her own. It does not determine the long-term effort you will put into the goal over time. Lastly, goal commitment is the extent to which a person is personally interested in reaching a goal. Because goals will not operate as intended without commitment, goal commitment plays a central role in goal theory.
The motivation of employees can be significantly improved through the goal-setting theory, which emphasizes the importance of setting appropriate goals in terms of difficulty, specificity, acceptance, and commitment. When these aspects are carefully considered, they contribute to directing the efforts of individuals towards achieving their goals. The resulting effort exerted by employees directly influences their performance level, highlighting the crucial link between goal setting and enhanced workplace motivation. The management by objectives, or MBO, approach involves a collaborative process of setting goals where organizational objectives are systematically communicated and cascade down across various levels within the organization. In this broader perspective, MBO emphasizes a cooperative effort in defining and aligning goals throughout the entire organizational hierarchy. This ensures that each level of the organization is interconnected, fostering a cohesive framework where individual and team objectives contribute to the realization of overarching organizational goals. The collaborative nature of this goal-setting process enhances communication, coordination, and aligning of efforts, creating a structured and interconnected approach to achieving organizational success. The General Management by Objectives, or MBO, model involves a structured series of steps. Initially, top-level manager sets overarching goals for the entire organization. Following this, a collaborative effort ensues as managers and employees work together to define subsidiary goals aligned with the broader organizational objectives. To facilitate goal attainment, managers ensure that employees have the necessary resources. The process then cascades downward as each subordinate manager applies the same steps within their respective teams. Periodic meetings between managers and subordinates serve as checkpoints, allowing for progress evaluation and adjustments to be made as necessary. thereby maintaining a dynamic and responsive approach to goal achievement throughout the organizational hierarchy.
Performance appraisal is the process of assessing and evaluating an employee's work behaviors by measurement. Then what do you call the measurement for the performance of an individual or a group? It is called the core of performance management. There are two cores of performance management. First is the performance appraisal process. They evaluate first an employee's work behaviors by measurement and comparison with previously established standards. Then, they document the results. And lastly, they communicate the results to the employee. Second is the purposes of performance appraisal. What are these? It provides feedback, decides and justifies reward allocations, determine training, development, and improvement, and lastly, it forecasts future human resource needs. Performance measurement plays a variety of roles in most organizations. This figure illustrates how these roles can help managers judge an employee's past performance and help managers and employees improve future performance. The basic purpose of performance measurement is to provide information about work performance. For the judgment of past performance, it provides a basis for reward allocation, promotions, transfers, layoffs, and so on. Identifies high potential employees, validates selection procedures, and evaluates previous training programs. For the development of future performance, it fosters work improvement, identifies training and development opportunities, develops way to overcome obstacles and performance barriers, and establishes supervisor-employee agreement on expectations. There are alternatives for the appraiser. These are direct supervisor, multiple rater systems that include self-evaluation and 360-degree feedback. A 360-degree feedback is a performance appraisal method in which employees receive performance feedback from those on all sides of them in their organization. Then what is the frequency of appraisals? It is often done annually, and it's determined by convenience for administrative purposes, cultural appropriateness, and relevance. Consideration, choices of measurement methods, and common problems are some of the factors for measuring performance. They need to consider these aspects. First is the desired decisions to be made based on job-related criteria, and second is that the instruments must be valid, reliable, and free of bias, EEOC regulations. Graphic rating scales, checklists, essays or diaries, behaviorally anchored rating scales, forced choice systems, and comparative methods such as ranking, forced distribution, paired comparisons, multiple raters are some of the choices of measurement problems. There are also two common problems for the measurement of performance: the tendency to rate individuals equally and inability to discriminate among variable levels of performance. What is a balanced scorecard or BSC? It is a relatively structured performance management technique that identifies financial and non-financial performance measures and organizes them into a single model.
Going to the next topic, the balanced scorecard. The balanced scorecard refers to a strategic management performance metric used to identify and improve various internal business functions. Figure 6.6 shows us how the balanced scorecard involves measuring the four main aspects of a business: innovation and learning, internal business processes, customers, and finance. All these aspects show how managers establish both goals and measures. These four legs encompass the vision and strategy of an organization and require active management to analyze the data collected. BSCs allow companies to pull information in a single report to provide information into service and quality in addition to financial performance and to help improve efficiencies.
Now, moving on with the individual rewards in organization, let me first start with the meaning of the reward system, and which consists of all organizational components that is involved in allocating compensation and benefits to the employees that is exchanged for their contribution to the organization. So, with the components, this includes the people, the processes, the rules, the procedures, and decision-making activities. So next is discussing by the roles, purposes, and the meaning of reward. So Number one, what is purposes? So this means to attract, retain, and motivate qualified employees. So what are the rules of compensation structure? So number one is to be equitable and consistent. Second is to be a fair reward for the individual's contribution. And third is to be competitive in the external labor market. So what is the meaning of reward? So service value is a objective meaning or worth of a reward. So what is symbolic value? So this simply means a subjective and a personal meaning or worth of a reward. Now we will go through the types of individual rewards. That starts with number one is compensation package. So this simply means that the total array of money, wages, salary, commission, incentives, benefits, perquisites, and awards provided by the organizational to an individual. So second is base pay. So this symbolizes an employee's worth. Next is if this can improve motivation and performance if part of an effectively planned and managed pay system. Next is if it is a major cause of doing business. Next is this can reduce turnover and increase morale when well designed. So lastly, what is insensitive system? So insensitive system is a plan in which employees can earn additional compensation in return for certain types of performance. So number one is piecework programs. Second is gain sharing programs. Third is bonus systems. Fourth is long-term compensation. Fifth is merit pay plans. Sixth is profit sharing plans. And lastly, or number 7 is employee stock options plan.
Indirect compensation, or what we call employee benefits, is the employee benefits provided as a form of compensation. Benefits are the rewards and incentives provided to employees in addition to their wages or salaries. Under these are payment for time not worked, social security contributions, unemployment compensation, disability and workers' compensation benefits, life and health insurance programs, and lastly, pensions or retirement plans. Next is the perquisites and awards. Perquisites are the special privileges awarded to selected members of an organization, usually top managers. It adds to the status of the recipient and thus may increase job satisfaction and reduce turnover. Awards are the rewards for seniority to perfect attendance, from zero defects to cost reduction suggestions. Related issues in rewarding performance are the linking performance and rewards and a flexible reward system. In linking performance and rewards, we have the employee perception of link between pay and performance results in symbolic value of pay. In flexible rewards, it allows the employees to choose the combination of benefits that best results their needs. Participative pay system is where the employees are involved in the design or administration of their compensation system. Pay secrecy is where an employer makes no information available to employees regarding other employees' salaries, percentage raises, salary ranges, and requires employees to not reveal their compensation. Expatriate compensation is where the compensation packages of employees on overseas assignments must be adjusted to account.
Now I'm going to discuss with you this table of issues to consider in developing reward systems. The first issue is the pay secrecy. The important example to this are the open, closed, and partial link with performance appraisal and equity perceptions. Next issue is the employee participation. The important example to this are the by Human Resource Department and by Joint Employee Management Committee. Another issue is the flexible system. The important examples are the cafeteria-style benefits, annual lump sum or monthly bonus, and salary versus benefits. Moving forward to ability to pay, important example to this are the organization's financial performance and expected future earnings. Next issue is economic and labor market factors. The important example to this are the inflation rate, industry paid standards, and unemployment rate. Another issue is the impact on organizational performance. Important example to this are increase in cost and impact on performance. And the last issue is the expatriate compensation. The important examples are cost of living differentials and managing related equity issues.
The expatriate compensation balance sheet. Organizations that ask employees to accept assignment in foreign locations usually must adjust their compensation level to account for difference in cost of living and similar factors. Amoco uses the system shown here. The employee's domestic base salary is first broken down into 3 categories shown on the left. Then adjustments are made by adding compensation to the categories on the right until an appropriate equitable level of compensation is achieved. It involves breaking down the employee's domestic base salary in categories such as taxes, consumption, and savings. Then adjustments are made by adding compensation to cover factors like taxes paid, housing, transportation, and other expenses equivalent to US levels, as well as any excess foreign costs covered by the company.
The job characteristic theory serves as significant contemporary framework for the job design, emphasizing the utilization of 5 core job characteristics: skill variety, task identity, task significant, autonomy, and feedback. By incorporating these elements, managers can elevate 3 pivotal psychological states among employees. These states encompass the experience of meaningfulness in the work, a sense of responsibility for the outcomes of the work, and knowledge of the actual results of work activities. This, in turn, has the potential to positively impact various personal and work-related outcomes. Additionally, it is crucial to acknowledge that individual differences play a role in influencing how these job characteristics affect individuals, recognizing the uniqueness of each employee's response to designed job features.
After this chapter, we have learned individual behaviors and processes in organizations, job designs in organizations, employee participation and involvement, flexible work arrangements and schedules, and the goal setting and theory of motivation.
Run for cover. Misdemeanor on the floor, pretty boy, here I come. Pumps in the bump, make you wanna hurt something. I can take your man, I don't have to sex something. Hang him out the window, call me Michael.